He thought he had finally escaped it all. The noise, the rules, the endless restrictions of city life. After years of saving, he bought a quiet ranch far away from everything. No neighbors watching. No HOA rules, no one telling him what he can or cannot do. Just open land, fresh air, and freedom. Or at least, that's what he believed. Everything felt perfect in the beginning. Early mornings with golden sunlight spreading across the fields, the sound of wind brushing through the grass, and the kind of silence that feels almost unreal. It was the life he always dreamed of. No emails, no complaints, no fees. Nothing. But then, one afternoon, something strange happened. A letter arrived. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal. It's just another piece of mail. Probably some local notice or paperwork. But the moment he opened it, his entire world shifted. His hands froze. His eyes locked onto one line that made absolutely no sense. Outstanding HOA dues must be paid immediately. He blinked once, twice. Oh, that couldn't be right. He specifically bought this land because it was outside any homeowners association. He made sure of it, double-checked documents, confirmed it with agents. There was no HOA here, no rules, no monthly fees. So why was he being asked to pay? At first, he laughed it off. It had to be a mistake. Maybe wrong address. Maybe some clerical error. But something about the letter didn't feel random. It looked official, too official. And then he noticed something even more unsettling. This wasn't the first notice. That's when the uneasiness started to creep in. He went back to the envelope, checking every detail more carefully this time. His name was correct. His address, exactly right. Even the property ID matched. This wasn't some random mistake. It was targeted, deliberate. Now, the question wasn't, is this wrong? The question was, who sent this and why? He stepped inside, placed the letter on the table, and pulled out all his property documents. Purchase agreement, title papers, county records. Page after page, he searched for one thing. Any mention of an HOA? Nothing. There was absolutely no record of any homeowners association tied to his land. No signatures, no agreements, no obligations. Legally, he was completely free. So how could someone demand money from him like this? That's when he noticed a phone number at the bottom of the letter. For a moment, he hesitated. Something about this didn't feel normal, but curiosity and a growing sense of anger pushed him to dial anyway. The line rang twice. Then someone picked up. A calm, almost rehearsed voice answered HOA Management Office. "How can I assist you?" He frowned. "Yeah, I think you've made a mistake. My property isn't part of any HOA." There was a brief pause. Not confusion, not surprise, just silence. And then the voice returned, colder this time. "Sir, according to our records, your property is required to pay dues. You are currently past due." His grip tightened around the phone. Required? That word didn't sit right. "I'd like to see the legal proof of that," he said firmly. Another pause. Longer this time. And then the response came. Slower, sharper. Failure to comply may result in penalties and possible legal action. Now, it wasn't just strange, it was starting to feel like a threat. That one sentence changed everything. Legal action, it echoed in his mind long after the call ended. This wasn't just some random mistake anymore. This felt calculated. Someone, somewhere, was trying to pressure him into paying for something that didn't even exist. But instead of panicking, he got quiet. Because now, it wasn't about the money. It was about the truth. The next morning, he drove straight to the county records office. If there was even a single document linking his land to an HOA, he was going to find it. Hours passed as he sat there flipping through property maps. Zoning files. Legal records. Every official document tied to that area. Nothing. No HOA registration, no governing body, no filed authority over his land. Legally, it didn't exist. And that's when things got even stranger. While reviewing older records, he noticed something unusual. Several nearby properties had recently changed ownership. And right after those sales, similar HOA notices started appearing in their files. Same format, same demand, same pressure. This wasn't random. It was a pattern. He wasn't the only one being targeted. Now his curiosity turned into something stronger: suspicion. So he decided to take it one step further. Instead of ignoring the letters, instead of arguing over the phone, he sent them something back. A formal, written response. Short, direct, unshakable. Provide documented legal proof that my property is under your HOA authority. No emotions, no arguments. Just one simple demand. Days passed, no reply. Then a week, still nothing. And just when it started to feel like they had backed off, another letter arrived. But this time, it wasn't just a notice. It was something much more serious. This time, it wasn't just a demand. It was a warning. The envelope looked heavier, more official than before. Inside was a multi-page document stamped with bold lettering. Final notice: intent to lien. His jaw tightened. A lien. They were now threatening to legally claim a financial interest in his property, overdues he never agreed to. From an organization that didn't even exist on record. That wasn't just aggressive. That was dangerous. For a moment, the pressure hit him. This is how people get trapped, confused, intimidated, pushed into paying just to make it go away. And clearly, whoever was behind this had done it before, but not this time. Instead of backing down, he went all in. He contacted a real estate attorney and laid everything out. Every letter, every call, every detail. The attorney listened carefully, flipping through the documents with a growing frown. Then he said something that changed the entire direction of the situation. This doesn't look legitimate. Not just suspicious. Not unclear. Illegitimate. Together, they dug deeper. The so-called HOA had no proper registration tied to the county. No enforceable jurisdiction. No signed agreements from property owners. But somehow, they had been sending notices, collecting payments, and using fear to keep people quiet. And then they found it. A list. Dozens of property owners in the same region, all receiving similar notices. Some had already paid. Some had been paying for months, even years. Thousands of dollars gone. Not because they had to, but because they were made to believe they had no choice. At that moment, it became clear. This wasn't just about one ranch anymore. This was something bigger. Something organized. And now he had proof. Real proof. The kind that could expose everything. Now everything was in place. The letters, the threats, the fake authority, and finally, the proof. But instead of staying quiet like the others, he made a different choice. He pushed back. With his attorney, he filed an official complaint and sent one final response to the so-called HOA. This time backed with legal force. Attached were county records, ownership documents, and a direct challenge to their authority. You have no legal jurisdiction over this property. Any further attempt to collect money will result in legal action against you. No fear, no confusion, just facts. And this time they responded. But not with another threat, not with another demand. Silence. Days passed, then weeks. No more letters, no more calls, no more final notices. Just like that. It stopped. But the story didn't end there. Because once the investigation moved forward, more people came out. Other landowners. Same letters, same pressure, same false claims. Some of them had paid hundreds, others thousands, just to avoid trouble they thought was real. What started as one strange letter had uncovered a system built on fear. And in the end, the truth did what fear couldn't. It shut everything down. No HOA, no dues, no control. Just the freedom he originally paid for. and one powerful lesson remained. Sometimes all it takes is one simple question to break the illusion. Show me the legal proof